now. What is going on, everybody? Thursday night, that's right. Wrestling outlet, I am Boxman. I hope you all are having a hell of a week. It has been a hell of a week. And, of course, across from me, that's sexy man. There he is. Look at him. Get a good look at him. Take it in. It is...
Voice of Generation, Smark Wahlberg. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad. Been a tough week, but we're all right.
Oh yeah.
Well, something slashed my goat's neck, but anyway.
Oh, you got yourself a chupacabra situation.
This is going to be a little gross. My goat accidentally got her head caught in the fence. Now, this goat has done this more than once and actually survived a whole night once like that. Because goats are stupid. I don't know if you know that or not. Goats are pretty stupid animals. Well, I couldn't find her in the morning, and I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see her. I called my wife. She's like, oh, I think I saw her this morning. And then she went, no, I didn't. So I said, all right, I'm going to go look. I couldn't find her. Well, she had blended in with some of the pine straw. She's brown and white. So she blended in with the pine straw. I didn't catch her for about probably an hour, but her head was through the fence and something just went at her, man. And her head was just dangling there. It was awful. I just got it out of there before my kids could see it. So my wife decided, I think it's time to get rid of the animals. We both think it's time. We're gonna get rid of the four-leggeds around here and just keep the chickens and the ducks.
So it's going to be, you're putting an end to my favorite weekly segment, Box's Dead Animal Corner.
Oh my God, this was a bad one, dude. This was a bad one. I felt horrible. I got to tell you, it's hard to get that image out of my head, dude. It was gruesome. Because she couldn't go anywhere, but you could see the marks in the ground where she was fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a scene, but I got her out of there before the kids and everybody, because they were going to be home in like 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I had to throw a 200-pound goat over my fence.
Yikes.
Oh, well, whatever went for it will come back and get her later.
Mm-hmm.
So, wasn't that a great way to start this show?
I would share it if it wasn't like almost 5 minutes long. But there's a Whitest Kids You Know sketch called Wheel of Money, which is like a direct takeoff of Wheel of Fortune. There's a whole part of it about it on the skit for like how they keep chanting Wheel of Money a la Wheel of Fortune, and they keep telling them not to, the crowd, because they'll get sued and shit. Anyways, long story short, everybody, like every one of the contestants, forgets to let go of the wheel. So like they fucking lose their arm. One of them ends up getting decapitated. Like that's what it reminded me of. It's just like the fucking
unfortunately. Well, Here's the funny thing. I texted my wife, and I'm like, this happened to the goat. Her head is severed, and my wife belongs to a little emergency animal thing, and she goes, "Send me a picture. I'll see if I can. I'll send." I'm like, post it, and I'm like, babe, her head is dangling by skin. She is dead. Oh. And then a cry emoji. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's not going to look good on the Instagram.
No. I think you might get a violation for this one. What's up, Norab and High Ridge?
Got
It,
Korea
it's
in the house, no Rabs in the house. How's everybody doing?
I just did what I had to do, but it's. I mean, listen, this is what it's like, but when you live out here, but you know, any good news? Yeah,
I just
yeah,
rewinded a couple of minutes back. His box is full of good news. So.
yeah. Last week we had 6 ducks hatch, and we still have the puppies here. And if anybody wants a puppy and you're in the Texas area, please just hit me up on Facebook, please. I would love to give these puppies a great home. The problem around here is finding a no-kill shelter.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's your fault for living in Texas.
Well, it's not even. If I was in Dallas, I would have been able to do this in no time. But
Now, let me ask you a question. The animal shelters in Texas, do they they have some? They obviously they have to euthanize. Do they give the dogs the electric chair too, or is that
anything's possible in Texas, dude. I don't know anymore.
adorable little fucking doggy electric chair?
Oh, put this little muzzle on. Yeah, it's just so you're quiet. Just so you're quiet. Flip the switch. Okay.
Oh no, Uggsy stole Monty and the Pharaohs, Mando's. I don't know what the fuck any of those words are. I feel like I've
Okay.
gone schizophrenic.
Okay. Obviously, Hugsy stole Monty and the Pharaoh is a morning show, I believe, in New York.
Mm-hmm. Minty and the Pharaoh, as I like to call them.
Right. Right. Minty and Fair One.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he had a sponsorship with something called Mando. I
I'm
don't
gonna
even
look it
know.
up, but my guess is it's going
Please.
to be like a Manscaped situation where it's like
Yeah, just
grooming tools for genitals.
be very careful what you're looking up there. Be very careful.
Let's see, Mando coupon code. I'm assuming that's what that will be. I'm sure the
Let's see.
payoff is not going to be worth it on this.
Oh, it's gonna be great. This is gonna be amazing. Folks, get ready for the fun. Ho ho ho.
Yep, you keep talking about dead goats while I figure out.
No, I don't know. I've still got 2 left, and we still have 4 pigs left. But
Mando Invisible Spray is a whole body deodorant designed to go wherever you need it. So, like, it's deodorant that you can spray on your genitals, unlike the other deodorants that you can also spray on your genitals if you want, but they're not marketed as such.
I wouldn't do that if I was you. There's a lot of burning stuff in there.
Well, that's usually par for the course for me anyway, so I figured I might as well make it smell nice.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, listen, if you feel like, letting it burn, hey, let it burn, let it burn.
Maybe that was Ken Kobashi's problem because he had the burning hammer. Maybe that was what that was a reference to. Was just
maybe his hammer is burning. I mean, that could be a very, very, very possible. I'm not sure why we're talking about this, but anyway,
that'd be wild if like a news site picked that up as like the truth. It's like Penta Kobashi has fucking syphilis, according to us.
Could be. I'm sure y'all. I'm trying to keep my mic down. I know y'all hear my dogs barking. My wife is pulling up as we speak, so my dogs are going crazy. I'm sure you hear them.
Indeed, indeed. That's all good. No worries.
Those puppies are so. My God, I've never heard a pitch that high before. Oh, they are so, but they're so adorable. They're so cute. They get out. They got the puppy breath. I had all of them on the couch with me the other day, and they were all just lying there in a little puppy pile on my lap, and I was in little puppy heaven.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. One did get a new home with someone I work with, so at least I can check up on her, and she's doing great, but I need to get rid of the other. I have 5 to get rid of. We already know which one we're keeping.
Nice.
So yeah, I got to keep one. Be nice to have her grow up with mama.
Nice.
And I want to watch one grow up from seeing it be born to however long we can keep it alive out here.
Seeing it dangle from your fence.
No, my dogs don't do that. Our dogs do not do that. They don't try to get through the fence.
Right on.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get to a little bit of this. What was Mando, by the way? It was the body spray. Yeah.
Body spray,
body.
yeah. I guess
Full
like a
body.
fucking like native and like all those other like Dr. Squash, like the fucking internet, grooming products that they sell only online.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't think you just for Nora, I don't think you steal sponsorships. I think they can go with whoever they like. Lots of places. That's why you see commercials on CBS, ABC, NBC,
Here we go with that free market bullshit again.
CNN. Wow. I know. It's the millionaires and the billionaires. I know. I get it. They don't pay their fair in taxes. Bernie, how much do you pay in taxes? Shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Shut your mouth about my taxes, you motherfucker.
That's it.
Bernie, how many homes you got? Shush. Bernie, how many millions you get from Big Pharma? Hey, I take from the employees, not from the company.
That's how you do it, too.
Does that make it better, Bernie? You're taking from the hardworking people? Okay, that's not the flex you think it is. But anyway.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Look, I mean, the basic gist of it is right. I mean, health care companies are evil, even if you are presumably taking money from them.
I got to tell you something. Bernie Sanders to me is one of the funniest guys in the world. He is hilarious. I'll tell you what, that's a likable old guy.
It will forever and a day piss me off that people essentially didn't vote for him because he was too old, and then they voted Biden in, and then Biden deteriorated, and Bernie's still just Bernie. It's like you could have just voted in Bernie if you wanted a fucking crazy old grandpa to be in the White House for a couple of years.
I mean, shit. Even Joe Rogan was feeling the burn for a while there.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a lot of his policies would bankrupt America. I hate to tell you, but he's a likable old guy. He really is. He just goes out there and he goes crazy. And even when he's out there saying crazy shit, you're like, I still want to give. I'd still sit and give him a hug. I don't know why. I'd still give him a hug. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because he's your grandpa, but instead of like having an unhealthy dislike for like a certain minority group, say like Puerto Ricans or Chinese, he's really just against banks. So it's like, all right, cool, that's agreeable enough.
Yeah. But he's also exactly what he's talking about. He's a millionaire and a billionaire and he's a millionaire. He's got 3 houses, tons of cars, and takes lobbyist money. He's just like what they're all with. You know what? And it's not just him. They're all what they complain about on both sides. All of them. I'm so done with fucking taking a side.
That's right. You heard Boxman storm Capitol Hill.
No. Those were Republicans that did that. I'm
Cullen.
No, I don't. I'm not taking any fucking sides anymore, dude. I'm just fucking done. You know what? No matter what happens, I got to go out. I got to get up. I got to go to work. I got to fucking do the same thing I did yesterday. And like I said, this shit is fucking with my business. I'm having a kind of how do I say this? I'm having to get different products right now for my customers because they don't want to change. They don't want to do certain things because they don't know what's going to happen with all these tariffs and everything. They don't know what's going to happen. So, and my God, corrugated went up again. It just went up 2 weeks ago. It went up again. So, trust me, this is all pissing me off too. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm with the I work party. How's that? I go to work party. That's what I'm going to call myself. I go to work. That's the party I'm supporting.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I go to work. That's what I do. But anyway, let's get into some of the wrestling. Don't have a ton to talk about tonight. We got a few things we can get into tonight. But let's go ahead and kick this off. Obviously, we are getting very close to WrestleMania. We are on the road to WrestleMania, as WWE likes to say. So we are on that road, and they are already announcing some things for WrestleMania week. One of the things they announced, which is pretty cool, I just hope they know what they're getting into here, is at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas, April 20th, Sunday, April 20th at 9:30 p.m. They are going to do the Roast of WrestleMania with Tony Hinchcliffe and friends. Now, just to remind everybody, this is the same show Ric Flair walked off of, was Kill Tony. You guys remember this?
I mean, I remember that it happened, but I don't actually remember anything that happened, if that makes sense. Like, I remember that he did that, but I don't think I ever actually saw the clip of him doing that.
Okay. I mean, he didn't storm out like an asshole, but he kind of just said, this isn't what I signed up for.
Kind of don't fuck with that show either, if I'm being honest.
Really? I mean, I don't like.
Well, because it's somebody who basically got to where they are by riding somebody else's coattails, and then they just shit on other people who are trying to make it on their own merit. So it's just
now him and Rogan are like fucking they are like the comedy scene in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They both moved there and they are killing it there. They opened a whole comedy place, and they have the mothership there with Tony Hinchcliffe's show. The guy's got an incredible fan base. Let's not lie here.
Oh, sure, yes.
But I don't know. I like it for the comedians he brings up. I like watching some of them bomb. I like watching some of them do amazing. So I do catch. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't sit and it's like a 3-hour fucking podcast. I'm not watching all that. But I do catch clips of it here and there, and I follow the clips, and it's much easier to do that way.
There it is.
Yeah, but so this is it right here, as you see. Going to be in the Blue Live Theater, and you can go ahead and, I think it says you can go ahead and start getting tickets for this. And this is going to feature Paul Heyman, Sami Zayn, The Miz, and Braun Strowman.
Well, actually, I immediately rescind everything that I said, because they're going to go at Strowman so fucking hard. And it's going to be great to watch him try to fight one of them and then look like a giant asshole.
The only one that is going to probably dismantle all of the comedians is Paul Heyman. We know that man can hold his own with anybody.
Yeah, Heyman for sure. I honestly wouldn't put it past The Miz to be good at that, because he's heard people fucking bust his balls for decades at this point. So he's got to be ready for most of it.
I would think The Miz is a thick-skinned, for what he's gone through just in the WWE locker room. I've said on this show many times, I respect the shit out of The Miz for some of that shit that guy went through. Endured, came back, and is still with that company. And let's face it, the guy at this point is a fucking veteran. He's a fucking star. Whether you like it or not, I'm not. I know you. I'm not saying you, Smart.
Right. Yeah, I get you.
Calm yourself. Take it easy. Do I have any more information about the 3 somebodies from last week? Oh God, what was last week? Who did we mention last week?
3 somebodies. He was asking you specifically, so I'm going to pretend that I know what he's talking about, and it's going to be up to you to.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. But that is not. But that's not the only thing they announced. They also have announced. I might as well just go ahead and share this one too. That Undertaker will be doing his one-man show, and there will also be an NXT on April 22nd. So there you go. We've got that going on. Like I said, Undertaker will be doing his, you see right here, one-man show.
He says it's 3 jobbers from AEW last week. The ones that I believe wrestled the Hurt.
Oh, I was supposed. Well, did we have homework?
Oh no, it wasn't the Hurt Syndicate. I think it was the Ops that squashed the Jobbers last week.
Did we have homework? I didn't know we had homework.
Yes.
I think they're alive. But anyway, if you want to see the Undertaker, April 19th at 10 p.m. Pacific time, and he's going to be up there doing I've seen some videos of very few videos. I don't think he allows cell phones. But he goes up and he just kind of talks and takes some questions from the audience. So he'll talk about his career, take a few questions, and it's pretty cool from the very short videos I've seen, and very few. But there you go. You can even start pre-selling, buying tickets on March 19th. Excuse me. So there you go. But they have a ton going on, and they're also going to be they're running a whole thing overseas, and they just WWE happens to be running overseas the exact time AEW is running overseas, and they're both going to be in pretty much London area at the same day, on the same day. I'm sure there's no coincidence at all.
But of course.
But I thought that was fun. But anyway, WWE announcing all kinds of stuff coming up for just them. And I mean, obviously, there's going to be indie company after indie company there. So there's going to be a ton of stuff going on besides just WWE. So, that's going to be it. There he is. I just, a lot of shit going on. But, Smark, I got to ask you. Did you hear?
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, there's more?
Did you hear the John Cena promo that he cut the other night?
Hold on a second. Yes, essentially, if I could, I found sort of a brief summation of what that promo was, right? You ready for it?
But I thought you liked them. They liked you.
They didn't like me! They never liked me!
Oh, riffraff.
That's essentially what it seemed like the entire time. It was like a fucking 26-minute long segment too, which is wild.
It was.
Just the entire time, he was like, I fucking signed your kid's autograph. You know how many fucking Make-A-Wish fucking cancer doesn't wash off clothes. I have dead kids all over my fucking linens. This is terrible. None of you motherfuckers just keep hounding me for autographs at 3 a.m. I'm sick of all of you. Fuck you, fuck your kids, fuck your wife, fuck all of you. I was like, all right, fuck yeah, dude.
I think he's paraphrasing, folks, but that's the gist of it.
Essentially, I mean, he literally was like pointing at children in the crowd, being like, fuck you.
Ari, what's going on?
I hate you. I'm tired of all your shit.
I did love that literally that kid yelled, I love you at him. And so, for some reason, the camera was on him. And like 30 seconds later, Cena's like, and fuck that kid. He's toxic. That fat kid that just yelled, fucking, he loves me. Fuck you. What I like right now is he's still coming out to his old shit.
Yeah.
Holds up the towel, still coming out looking the same. I just want him to come out in black jorts. Needs to wear black jorts.
That part of it actually kind of made me laugh because it's like that song, that's me that made that song. I worked hard on that. I'm not changing that. I like that song. It's just like, all right. Fair enough.
He knew they were going to, I got to tell you, it was smart not to change the music because what the music, everyone chants, John Cena sucks. It fits, it goes. So there was absolutely no reason to change that music. But I love that he's coming out, still holding up his little towel. And then he comes out and he's like, yeah, fuck these kids. Fuck them. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck all of everybody. It's great. It's great shit, man. I fucking love it. But yeah, I'm glad you had heard that. I watched it too, and I'm like, God damn, he is going off. This is not the this is the John Cena we've all wanted. Muted. You're muted.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah. And no, what I was gonna say is it's kind of cool because like he was saying so much is you don't get a new theme song, you don't get a new look, you don't get anything because that's what you deserve. You don't deserve shit. Like get off my case. But it's cool because they're purposely going out of their way to try to make him not be a cool heel. Because everybody wants to be excited about him being like, oh, he's finally a heel and all this shit. It's interesting because like they're basically just having him do the same exact thing that he normally does. Same attire, same song, basically the same, just everything just by the book. So it's like you don't even get cool heels. So it's like still just kind of like a fuck you.
It worked for Sami Zayn. He came out to the same fucking music, same shit, and never changed the fucking thing. It was a great heel when he did it.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk, when he goes heel, you think he's going to change his fucking music? No. CM Punk is basically always a heel. I've said before, CM Punk is always just about to turn heel because CM Punk's a dick. But anyway, just saying. But yeah, that was a pretty goddamn good promo by Cena, and people were a little shocked by it. A little shocked.
I was shocked that it was fucking nearly a half hour long. I was like, why?
Yeah, that'll
why?
Because it's John Cena. What they do. That's how they do, man. But all right. So what?
Luke. No.
Oh, I see. I didn't have my camera over there. Sorry about that. That's an MMA. Oh, Luke, as an MMA fan, Phil Brooks can go fuck himself. Oh, Jesus. Oh, and by the way, folks, just to mention one thing, if you've been getting a friend request from me, it's real. My other Facebook was hacked. I started a new one because I'm tired of fucking dealing with it. It's real. It's me. Just thought I'd let a few people know that. So I don't remember where I found this, but I was looking for news today, and I found this article talking about.
Not wrong about that. RC Cena's head is massive.
Oh yeah, I mean that's always been. But I found this article about Louisiana Boxing and Wrestling Commission and some of the weird rules that they have. And I was a little shocked by it because it just sounds stupid. But then again, it's Louisiana. So here it is. Let's get into this a little bit. So the Louisiana Boxing and Wrestling Commission does not allow professional wrestlers to intentionally force opponents out of the ring or over the top rope.
They got the fucking WCW 1990 rule. It's an automatic disqualification.
I'm not done. In addition to that rule, fair shots to the head, diving headbutts, and some holds that could cause neck or spinal injuries are also prohibited in the ring. So I don't have scissors. Go. I'm sorry. I don't have scissors. All I have is a knife. Mommy's got scissors out there. Can you go?
But Mommy's probably getting my food.
Okay. Can you please go? Thank you. So, all right. So, I mean, and
you got a scissor for Daddy Box.
Oh my God. And you are also not allowed to do pile drivers or blade intentionally. You are not allowed to intentionally blade either. Now,
how can one inadvertently blade?
Hard way. And they're okay with that. But you cannot intentionally take a razor blade and cut your forehead. You cannot do that.
Yes, but you said you can't intentionally blade, which implies that there's a way that you could accidentally cut yourself with a razor blade.
There is. The razor blade can, when you break those, sometimes they fly in the air and they hit you in the forehead. Intentional cut with a blade. It seems like I can't log into a site without getting fucking malware because I didn't have a I forget it. I got
It might
everything.
just be time to get off the limelight.
I probably is. But often they will allow WWE to do some of these moves because of the extensive training they have, or it could be for a no disqualification match. So there are some ways to get out of this. So they're written rules, but they're not really for WWE, but they're kind of for WWE, but they're not really for WWE.
Luke says, so that's what the kids are doing now? Forehead over wrist?
Yeah. Yeah. So we got that. So on the heels of that, I decided, what are some other weird states fucking boxing and wrestling commission rules? So I looked some up.
Okay.
So you ready for this?
Sure.
In Kentucky, you are not allowed to use baby oil.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot use baby oil in Kentucky if you are a professional wrestler. No way, no how. Okay? Can't do it.
Sure.
Virginia does not allow punches to the face. The state technically bans closed fist punches to the face, even though they are a staple in wrestling. But they get around this by using open hand strikes or just ignoring the rule, since it's not strictly enforced. All right. Here's a funny one. And I love this one because it kind of goes to like something that we've joked about many times on this show. In Delaware, you need a license for everything. Wrestlers in Delaware need to have an official license, as do referees, timekeepers, and even managers. And without licensing, you cannot participate in the event.
Nice. So Diddy's not going to be performing in Kentucky because of the state athletic commission and the no baby oil.
They have that license.
Mm-hmm.
In South Carolina, this is kind of a simple one. No pile drivers unless you have special permission from the athletic commission ahead of time. And Pennsylvania, blood matches require a doctor. So any match that's going to have such as a hardcore match or a death match, there has to be a licensed medical professional ringside. That just sounds smart. And the commission has the right to stop the match immediately if they see something that they don't like. Immediately.
That seems like it's very subjective. Like they just pull the plug on a Roderick Strong match like 2 minutes in. You're like, fuck this shit.
Oh, I should join the athletic commission. Now, also in Louisiana, and I believe this is also in Oklahoma, no intergender matches.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is definitely in Oklahoma because this is where the whole fucking Nyla Rose thing happened.
And I still, to this day, I am totally team Nyla on that one.
Fucking the same. This is the silliest fucking thing. I wish to believe that JR is just ahead of the athletic commission when it comes to Oklahoma.
He might be.
Because I mean, okay, like, well, whatever. If you want to have a conversation about like transgender people and like actual sports, that's a whole different discussion. It's a fucking fake sport. Who gives a shit? Like nobody's supposed to be hurting each other for real.
No, exactly. I think that was our whole fucking argument the when we talked about this whole thing. So let's keep going here. Dude, this is like Bill Watts NWA here. In Mississippi, you also cannot throw a wrestler over the top rope. Rarely enforced, but still a rule. In Arkansas, all wrestlers must be tested for hepatitis B and C.
The Bob Orton rule.
Must be. In
Luke says, of course
Washington,
not. In Alabama and Oklahoma, watching half-naked men roll around with each other is a proper pastime. Can't go diluting that.
that's actually good though. Now in Washington, they actually classify wrestling as a theatrical performance rather than a sport. That way, it doesn't fall under the same commissions as MMA or boxing. So they found Washington's doesn't even realize, but they gave him a reason to get around all the rules in Washington. So Washington is a free for all because it is
fucking international waters.
Basically what it is, exactly. And in New York, no blading. Can't blade in New York either. So now, any wrestler caught blading can be fined or banned, by the way. So there you go. And they even point out that these rules are not always fully enforced or everything. So what are you going to do, right? But I just thought, looking at that first article, and I'm like, well, what are some other weird fucking rules they got? So I scoured the internet a little bit, and I found those. And that's not all of them. That's just a few of them that I picked out. The no baby oil in Kentucky is absolutely hilarious to me.
It seems on par with like what I know about Kentucky, having visited there a time or two.
There you go. Not bad though. Not too bad at all. It was actually I don't know, but I'm like, my God, there's some really weird fucking rules. But yes, Washington. Whoa.
Luke says Kendrick Lamar is going to be pissed off. Drake just won. I don't know. He's fucking with all kinds of shit. Like, he tried to eat my hat a minute ago.
Sounds like he's throwing around a human.
He might have a screwdriver.
That's great for a puppy to have. When he stabs you in the neck, I'll call 911.
He's industrious like that. Yeah, it was probably a mistake to show my puppy New Jack matches. I will admit that, but
shit, he's got a knife. All right, okay. Where did you get that little knife and a fucking stun gun? Where did you get a stun gun?
He literally did. I had to grab. He came running into the kitchen one day with a fucking knife in his mouth.
Oh my God!
Like, you don't need to be armed. Like, it was like a pocket knife, and the blade wasn't open. Luckily, thank God. But
that's good. That's good. That's very good. That's a good thing. I see my kids walking around with my knife sometimes when I leave it somewhere, but my two younger ones can't open my knife. If my fingers are wet, I can't open my fucking knife. So that works out well. It's a nice knife, though. Does good stuff. It's a great knife. Great knife. But anyway, folks, let's keep going a little bit. Y'all. So we talked a little bit about this last week, Homicide having his last match, and he was due to retire. We just didn't know why he was going to retire. Well, actually, his last match, I believe, is tonight. It is. It's tonight. It's tonight. He's going up against him and Bull James are taking on Alpha Jr. and Mike Santana at Outlaw Wrestling. So this will be his last match. And he wrote a thing on Instagram talking about what's going on and kind of his career. And we read some of this. But we also found out now after Bryce Remsburg, CM Punk was the one that really put a lot of stuff online about him today. He was posting pictures and pictures of Homicide with Samoa Joe and matches and all that stuff. CM Punk was having a good time with it. But it turns out he has a brain cyst that he has developed, which has impacted some of his speech and vision, and is probably going to just keep progressing. So that is why Homicide is having to retire, in case anybody wanted to know. I mean, he had a 30-year career anyway. It's not like the guy doesn't have the right to go ahead and retire, but that's sad. That is horrible to hear. That he's got that going on. That is just awful. I mean, like I said, back in the day, me and Shaheen talked to him. He was a really down to earth, nice guy. So, it's always fun. And like I said, I'm not even sure you can get those shows anymore.
I mean, guy's genuinely a legend. He was out there on the independent scene, like you said, for, I don't know if it was 30 years exactly, but he was out there for quite a while. He was like a centerpiece for Ring of Honor back in early 2000s, mid 2000s. They built the company around him to some degree. Because like when people started going elsewhere, like Punk got signed and all of that, like Joe into TNA, all that kind of shit, he was there. He was like the bell cow, the workhorse, whatever you want to call it. He was world champion there for a minute too. And like that early 2000s, mid 2000s Ring of Honor was so fucking influential to how people still wrestle right now. And he was a big part of that.
Yeah, I think the number 32 keeps popping in my head. I think it's 32 years. Yeah, Ari, it is pretty messed up, man. And good to see you, man. Good to see you in here. Been a while. Yeah, you do. Which is why everyone needs to chill out on this goddamn political stuff and live every day like it's our last.
Right after that, to your point, Luke says, but a brainworm can qualify you to head up the Department of Health and Human Services.
Well, a cyst and a worm are two different things.
This is true. Yes, Cyst Worm Jim wouldn't have been as fun of a video game back in the day.
And it's funny. Every time RFK Jr. speaks, I spill my drink. It goes everywhere. I just can't help myself. I don't know why. My drink just spills when I listen to him. It's like, what the fuck?
Rigorously toasting?
I don't know. You know what? If the guy starts getting people to use healthier stuff, I'll shut the fuck up. I don't care.
Well, he fucking partnered with Steak and Shake, which is a good way to get people to eat healthy, because once you have Steak and Shake, you're not going to want to eat fast food again.
I don't even think I have one near me. I had one near me when I lived in Carrollton, but I don't anymore. I haven't eaten at a Steak and Shake in years, and they're going to be using the beef tallow, but I believe the FDA is going to actually be banning one of the food dyes that is in our food. That
if they touch my riboflavin, it's going to be fucking all hell's gonna break loose.
Man, they should get rid of all these fucking red dye number 5s and all the shit that's in fucking whatever's in Mountain Dew to make it that color. They've got to get rid of it.
I choose to believe back in the day there was like trace amounts of like cocaine and Coca-Cola, or so was the rumor. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I choose to, because you were saying what makes Mountain Dew like that. I choose to believe that there's still just trace amounts of meth in Mountain Dew.
No, that's some kind of nuclear dye they're putting in that shit.
Because Mountain Dew originates in Johnson City, Tennessee, so it's not entirely impossible that they were out here putting meth in the Mountain Dew.
Shit looks like it was made in Hiroshima. If that makes sense to you. History class, Mark. Think about history class. Think about it.
I'm fucking... There we go. It's never ready when I eat it. It's always ready 5 seconds to 5 minutes afterwards.
That was fine. But like I said, listen, if the guy did, but they did ban one dye. I forget what it was. I think it might have been a yellow dye or a red dye. I don't know. All I know is if you go over half the things that our FDA allows are banned overseas. Like Ritz crackers are banned overseas. The FDA doesn't even consider them a food. There are so many things that overseas are banned, and our country's like, oh, fuck it, let them eat it and die. Ritz crackers are basically... No, go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say I'm not necessarily down with the whole cracker hate.
Ritz crackers are basically pressed sawdust, is what they are. I won't lie. I like them in my tomato soup, but
it is weird that we have like off-brand shit where it's like it's not even like you're saying essentially not even like real crackers. Like Sunny D's not even like real orange juice. Which have fucking imitation products.
Let's see. Foods banned in other countries.
I feel like Skittles is. I know Skittles is like really terrible. I mean, obviously it's a candy, so of course, but like especially like I even buy candy standards. Like the shit that's in Skittles is fucking insane.
Oh, you can chew a Skittle and go, this is not supposed to be done.
It is
this
a crime.
Is not good at all. Let me see if I can get to a list here. Is it on the list? Okay, here's a list of some of the problematic ingredients banned in other. All right, artificial food colorings, all kinds of blue 1, blue 2, green 3, red 40, yellow 5, and yellow 6. My God, and it keeps going. It keeps going. Some kind of vegetable oil, bromated. My God, brominated, bro. You brominated my vegetable oil, bro.
Hell yeah. At least as Mountain Dew produced in Missouri, if so, Spark may have a point. They might be in Missouri too, but I know there's like a plant here in Tennessee, like downtown Tennessee or downtown Chattanooga. I think there's a plant.
Yeah, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted a little list. This is like all the chemicals.
Luke says solid drop, 6 out of 10, can't improve. I believe that was the Asian one. And then the black guy laughing one got a 9 out of 10.
Mountain Dew banned overseas, banned in the EU and Japan because of what we just talked about, BVO, that brominated vegetable oil right there. That's exactly why. Mountain Dew. That's what makes it that color.
Mm-hmm.
Is the bro. It's the bro.
That is incredibly fitting that something called bro makes Mountain Dew do that.
Yeah, exactly. Farm-raised salmon. Lots of health concerns in other countries. Some kind of meat. Artificial food dyes. We already talked about those. Olestra. That's another fat substitute. That's in a ton of food like Pringles, Lay's potato chips. But hey, why not? Banned in Canada and Europe. GMOs, which our foods in this country are filled with GMOs. Many countries have banned anything with GMOs. Even Russia banned GMOs. Come on, folks. Chlorine washed chicken, potassium brominate. Well, bromate. Nope. And not only here. Oh, great. Recombinant bovine growth hormone. We're just giving our fucking cows steroids over here so we can get more meat out of them. Craziness. The stuff that's allowed over here. That craziness. Can you
Now Luke asked, can you damn me the Asian drop for reasons? Now, Luke, I would just like you to know that there was actually a couple you can choose from because we have, of course, the one that I just played.
And
you also have this shit. Check this shit out. Or don't check this shit out because it didn't work. Of course, last but not least.
Okay, let me make something clear. They are not the problem. You are.
You're Chinese.
Just send them all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just send them all. Exactly. Ari is saying, just look at bread. Stays good for months, no mold. Literally, stores used to sell day-old bread for like half the cost just to get it off their shelves. Day old bread. Now it's like you put your bread in the fridge. That shit'll last fucking 3 weeks, 3 months.
Yeah, I don't trust Wonder Bread at all. That shit, it's good, but nothing good for you about it.
We got the Miss Bairds around here. That's a big one. That's a big one they got around here. That is. Well, I didn't expect to talk about food dyes and shit tonight, but that's how we ended up somewhere. But yeah. I mean, hell, who knows? Maybe that's why the guy's got a fucking cyst in his brain from fucking food dyes. Who knows?
Not that this happens a lot, but I'm just picturing like the hypothetical new listener that occasionally wanders this tundra. Just imagine you go to like try to listen to like what you think is going to be a wrestling show. The first 10 minutes is about like politics for some random reason, and then the next 15 minutes is about the food pyramid with just random Asian fucking stereotypes sprinkled in.
Yeah,
It's like
and I think
they talk politics, they made fun of Asians, they discussed the food industry,
mm-hmm.
and Ric Flair is mentioned.
Did we talk about Flair? We talked about Flair. We did. Are we okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you say so.
But you know, since we're talking about like other matters, because we talked about politics, we talked about food. Let's talk about weather for a second.
Uh-oh.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare. You better run away if you just can't stay. If you wanna save the day.
I see. You're trying not to take a blame. I see.
Yeah, it was Luke's fault.
Oh yeah, blame him. Yeah, blame the listeners. Way to go, Smark. Way to go.
I always do. Luke was trying to cue me up for it, so I figured instead of trying to make him scan the recesses of his brain to come up with something, I would just go ahead and hit the button.
And that's why there's only 3.
Mm-hmm.
Quit berating the listeners, Smark.
Hey, you know.
God damn it. Stop berating our listeners.
Well, I'm out here giving people what they want. They want the avalanche. I press the button and True North shows up.
See? He was
ready.
Summoned
True North.
He was ready. That you did. You did.
All right, hold on a second. I'm going to let the dog out while we figure out what we're going to talk about next.
Oh, all right. Oh, go for it, because we got Alberto Del Rio to talk about next.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Go let your doggy out.
You mentioned Alberto Del Rio. I'll just go ahead and throw that up there.
Someone put a picture of To Catch a Predator new season, and they had a picture of Chris Hansen actually talking to the Predator. It was pretty funny. I liked it. Very, very literal, but also very hilarious. I thought it was a good one. But yeah, we do have a little bit of Alberto Del Rio news to get into. He's once again back in the news. This guy just can't help himself. I don't know what happened here, but he snapped. He snapped on this one. Now, I do have video. Problem with the video is it has no sound. Don't worry. I'm going to talk you through it. Okay? It's not that long, but I'm going to talk you through this. You guys ready? Ready? Okay. So Alberto Del Rio starts out. He's in the ring. He jumps down. And there's a fan yelling at him. He immediately runs at the fan. Here, take that down real quick, by the way.
Yep. Hold on a second. Yeah, there you go.
I got it. He runs at the fan, goes into the audience. Okay. Going up in the audience. He grabs a chair, tries to throws it at the fan, and then turns around. Bam! Gets hit with a chair. Alberto Del Rio just got hit with a chair. Okay.
Hell yeah, he did. Like it's a Source Awards.
He got knocked the fuck down, and then people are throwing stuff at him. They're yelling at him. This was an incident that obviously happened in Mexico. I believe it was a AAA show.
She's a stunt granny.
No, I don't think this guy was a stunt anything. They it was in AAA, and he's, I mean, obviously we know this guy doesn't exactly have, doesn't have a history of being calm, cool, and collected. Soraya or Paige, whatever you guys want to call her at this point, she accused him of domestic violence and basically mental abuse. He had that whole thing going on in Mexico with the kidnapping thing. I don't even think that was in Mexico. I think that was somewhere in like New Mexico or something. So now in this all happened, I believe, in Tijuana, Baja California. And he has been banned for 180 days, actually. Now, I didn't know this, but now we do. Damien 666 is actually on the Tijuana Wrestling Commission. Had a lot of Wrestling Commission talks tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And Damien 666 is on it, and he is calling for the suspension. And I believe the suspension has gone through, so he will not be in there for 180 days at least. But damn, he got hit with that chair hard. Here, let's do this. All right, so here we go. Let's try to see what maybe he was saying here. All right. Oh yeah, look, I won. Look at me doing my little dance. Oh, all right, coming out of the ring, going up. Hey. What the fuck you say? Oh, I got wait. Can't get up that way. Can't get up that way. Wait, what? You? What the fuck you say? I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. I'm gonna fuck you up. That's right. I'm coming in. Give me a chair. Give me your chair. Bam! I got you with the chair, bitch. I got you. What the fuck was that? Oh God! What the hell? What the fuck? Get me the fuck out of here. I gotta get out of here. Get me out of here. Why did I fucking come up here? Who threw water on me? Shit, that was fucked up. Am I bleeding? Get me the fuck out of here. That's my, I got a feeling that might be something what he was saying. Packers fans at 180 Mexican days converted to American time is 30 days.
Mm-hmm. It's like dog years.
Well, that's obviously because Mexican days aren't worth as much as the.
Oh, now I know. Hold on a second.
Whatever. Oh shit!
It's one thing to make fun of the Asian people. Let's not piss off the cartel, okay?
They're a fucking terrorist organization now. Fuck them.
That's a solid group of entrepreneurs, as local businessmen.
Smark, you want to give your? You want me to play it again, and you want to see what you think he was saying?
Well, two things stand out. First off, your Alberto Del Rio voice sounds a lot like your Teddy Hart voice, which would be to give those guys the tag team championships in any promotion. Also, that the Del Rio thing actually happened in Texas. That was your neck of the woods.
Oh, well,
Bexar County. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Bexar County.
Where?
Bexar. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Bexar.
I will bet you that's down in the San Antonio area.
Which, by the way, in case people have forgotten about that, that was October 9th, 2020 is when this article is on ESPN.
San Antonio.
The alleged incident occurred May 3rd in Del Rio, whose real name is Jose Rodriguez. I can't even attempt that last name. Was arrested May 9th. According to reports, Rodriguez is accused of tying down his ex-girlfriend with boxing hand wraps and sexually assaulting her for several hours. In Texas, a guilty verdict for aggravated kidnapping can yield a sentence between 5 and 99 years. That is a fucking huge discrepancy, or like huge gap. So yeah, it's either 5 years or 99 years, or in Del Rio's case, you could intimidate the witness and have the
and that happened in Mexico. If that happened in the United States, that would have been federal, and the charges wouldn't have been so easy to drop with federal shit going on.
Well, it allegedly happened in Texas.
Oh, well, then that should have been federal. No, wait. We're talking about two different events here.
Yeah, I'm talking about when he tied that woman up and...
Right. Yeah, that should have been. And whatever. She dropped the charges. I guess that means everything we just said is allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So... there you go. But I'm glad you liked that little thing there, Ari. It was kind of off the cuff. Totally, actually. That was fun. I like doing that. That was fun. We need to do that more. Just take the sound out of videos and do that. That was fun. I like that one. But yeah, once again though, this guy definitely he's got something fucking wrong. This guy has a fucking screw loose, man. He has a talk about anger management classes being needed. I mean, these aren't small. Listen, it's not like he got into a fight here, he got into a fight there, he did that. No, we're talking domestic abuse. We're talking kidnapping, false imprisonment charges, and stuff like that, allegedly. So, and you know, by the way, those charges were dropped due to the witness missing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure nothing shady happened there.
I mean, no. I'm sure nothing weird would happen there, but this guy needs some fucking help. And I don't know. I don't know what giving the guy 100. I'm sure he can probably get a visa to come over here and work for a little bit in wrestling. So he'll just come over here.
He has recently. He was doing like high school gym shows, like the real small indie shows, not too long ago. I want to say maybe 2000 or 2022, I think.
Oh well, that was 3 years ago. I don't know how long visas last. So
who knows?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to try to get a visa.
Man, I had my fingers crossed. You owe me money, man. Give me my money back. I want my money now. Give me my damn money, kid.
Oh my God, it's Cher!
I'm mad, man.
Where was
and that's
that
pretty
from?
much what happened. That would be the Boondocks. That's what I thought of when I saw that chair hit Del Rio.
I've got to fucking watch that. I really do. I think you told me about that show before. I gotta watch that. I do. But yeah, Del Rio needs to fucking check himself into a fucking anger management clinic or something, man. That's craziness. That is crazy right there. But I don't know. I don't know why. Why would you go attack a fan? I don't care what he's doing. I got to tell you, I like that the fans were sticking up for the other fans. That was pretty fucking cool. He got belted with that chair, man.
It was a good throw. I'll give him that. It was a good throw.
You know what? Let's watch it again. There he goes. Let's watch it again. What's up, Cheese?
What's going on?
There he goes. There he goes one more time down there. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. Coming up. Yeah. Oh, you don't think I'll come up there? Oh, I'll fucking come up there. That's right, I will. Oh, I'm coming. I got a chair. Look. Oh, got your ass. Whoa.
Damn. Right in the dome.
Oh. What hit me? Oh, why am I wet? What hit me and why am I wet? What the fuck?
And then, well, what I just noticed watching it this time is he fucking belted that one guy like right in the front row. It looked like maybe a security guard or whatever.
Yeah, that poor guy, man. Well, not that poor guy. I don't mean that. That guy needs some fucking help. This is not the first time he's gone after a fan. I was watching another video where he threw a fan down to pin somebody. Oh, don't make me have to find that. Alberto Del Rio fan pin. Let's just try that. Let's see if we can get anything from that.
Well, Scott's got a good point. He said, "Well, at least he let her go." So
I think that might have been the here. Let me go to. I'm on videos. Let me see if I can find that. I saw it like yesterday. I watched it.
Larry saying roid rage for sure.
Doesn't look like he's on roids though.
Yeah, that shit's deceptive though, because fucking Raven was on steroids, and like Raven's never looked like he was on steroids.
Yeah. I guess you got it.
Ravens looked like he's on everything else but steroid. Like I remember being like 13 or 14 and like reading a list of wrestlers who got popped with steroids and Raven's name was on it and just being like, that motherfucker needs to get his money back. He did not do him any good.
You need some new steroids, man.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I saw the video on Facebook, and I don't think it's on YouTube. They must not have put it on here, or they took it. That's not here. I cannot find it, but I saw it. God damn it! But anyway, I guess enough about this fucking weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's. This is the last thing I got before we get into some AEW. Some steroids. Yeah. I remember the roid guts in the 80s from those wrestlers, those guys who were they had the power lifter roid gut.
You don't even have to take it to the 80s. You can take more current times of like, you remember when Triple H was wearing the fucking bicycle shorts and he had the gut hanging out because he was like cycle or whatever the fuck. There's a lot there where The Rock wrestled in the shirt, and like people just said that it was because he was Samoan. Like, notch.
Yeah. You know, like kind of like Joe. But anyway, Karrion Kross, he's venturing out a little bit. He's I know he's done a few things in acting, but it looks like he has a movie coming out called Blue Evening. It's going to be coming out on April 8th. It's going to be streaming, is what it's going to be doing on
Tubi original.
No, it's going to have a world premiere at the Paz Film Fest on April 8th. And it's going to be at the NoHo 7 Theater at 8:05 p.m. And actually tomorrow, you can start buying tickets for this. But I've got the trailer for the movie. It doesn't actually look too bad. Basically, it's a man who's trying to escape homelessness and drug addiction through an art dealing scheme. He only needs $2,000 to get a painting that he wants to buy in a thrift shop, but he thinks that painting could be worth a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more of the whole thing coming in, and he plays a character in this film called Frank. And he's kind of the construction worker who helps out. He helps out the main character. I couldn't even find this on IMDb, to be honest with you guys. I looked, but I can't find it. The only thing I come up with is a 2018 movie called Blue Evening, and that's not this movie. But I did get the trailer for it off of X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We're probably going to get a copyright for it, but let's do it. It's only a minute and 19 seconds. You'll see Karrion Kross come on in the scene in just a little bit.
How long you been on the streets?
Less than most.
And how long you been using?
Hey, Jack. We got a really cool book on Edward Hopper and Pablo Picasso.
Wait, Edward Hopper? You mean The House by the Railroad, The Morning Sun? Oh, the often imitated Nighthawk?
Get out of here, you junkie. Some of us are working.
How much would an Edward Hopper painting cost?
At Christie's, they auction for millions.
Hey, what you selling it for?
It's $2,000.
Excuse me, sir. I was just wondering about the job opportunity.
So do you have some kind of plan?
Just need $2,000 to do it.
That's it?
That changes everything.
I am gonna pay you for 4 trips over 4 weeks. If I find out that you missed a meeting, or you pop on a drug test and throwing you off this site, I'm not paying you $1.
What the hell is that?
I actually think it looks pretty fucking good.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
I know. I actually think it looks pretty fucking good. You know, you got the Karrion Kross being kind of the motivator in the movie. It looks like he's almost playing DDP in the movie. I think it looks good too, Cheese. I agree. I think it looks pretty damn good. I think that I'll try to catch it whenever it comes out. Right now, it's only going to be at that film festival, so I'm sure eventually it'll hit streaming. It'll probably be on Tubi in a couple weeks, but yeah, there it is. I actually think it looks like a pretty good film.
Yeah, I mean, I watched like the first half hour of that fucking deathmatch movie that Jericho did, so I can't really say anything.
I still have to watch that. I'll watch it when I'm done with Blue Bloods. I'm almost done.
I got you.
I don't know why, but I started watching Blue Bloods again.
Dark Match. That's the name of the movie. I forgot what the name of the movie was first.
Dark Match, yeah. But I think this movie actually looks pretty good. I like the story it's telling. I definitely want to see it. Does the guy make the million? Does he? Or is that painting a fake? I don't know. I want to know. Now I got to know.
I hear you.
I got to know. I have to know. It's going to help me sleep. Now, let's face it, beer helps me sleep. Anyway, that is all the news I got, Smark, unless you got something you feel like jumping on into.
No, I don't think so.
Well, then let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Dynamite wasn't a bad show, actually. It was a little gross. We saw some skin being punctured and stretched ridiculously. But otherwise, it was a pretty good show. Now, Smart, let's just go ahead and get into it. That's pretty much all anyone is talking about is the Jon Moxley spot. Obviously, we had Jon Moxley and Cope in a all street fight match, basically. And at one point, Cope broke out Spike. He actually hit Moxley in the back once, and that looked pretty rough. Then he suplexes Moxley on it, and as you guys saw, it was sticking out of his back. Literally stuck in his back to where when Wheeler Yuta was trying to pull out of his back, his skin was pulling because nails have little barbs on them sometimes, and one of them must have got fucking snagged. Especially those metal nails. Those are fucking unfinished, those are fucking galvanized nails. So they got little coating things on them. So it's stuck in his back. The referee couldn't get it out. Then Wheeler couldn't get it out by himself. Finally, they got it out. Didn't look too bad after the match, honestly. I got to tell you, I figured it would be bleeding much worse. But, dude, what did you think of that spot?
That's pretty intense. It was pretty cool. I liked it. I mean, I'm kind of desensitized to a lot of that shit because I've seen so much fucking deathmatch wrestling throughout the years.
Oh, you would think a lot of people that are wrestling fans, but I got a lot of people, man. I saw, that was gross. I've never seen anything like that. And I'm like, you've never seen ECW? Of course, if you ask people about ECW, they mention WWECW.
Well, that's even the thing, though, is like in some cases, like the barbed wire shit will forever be like pretty gruesome. But in a lot of instances, if you go back and you watch ECW now, especially if you've seen like the CZW stuff, the GCW stuff, even if you've seen like the Japanese stuff, some of this stuff, like a lot of the stuff that they're doing isn't really all that intense. Like not by today's standards. So, like there's a lot of chairs, a lot of tables. There's like the chair shots to the head are obviously always going to make you flinch knowing what we know now. But for the most part, like the hardcore stuff in ECW wasn't really that crazy. It was just that nobody in the US was doing it at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why they were such a good fucking innovator. So, of this.
Oh. And we've lost him. There we go.
Sorry about that. I don't know what I hit, to be honest with you. I don't know what happened. I'm back.
Went through a wormhole.
I'm back. That's what I think happened. I don't know. Suddenly I was completely out of the studio. I didn't think I touched anything, but maybe I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. But that was just a pretty fucking insane spot, though. That was so weird to see. You're just not used to seeing something like that on TV. I think that went a little deeper than they thought it was going to go. I think he was supposed to be a little more arched and kind of roll over it. That didn't happen. But man, that was stuck in his back. I immediately thought of, I think it was Josh Crane in a GCW match that was using the bird spikes, and one punctured his lung. We watched. Do you remember that stuff? Well, like the ref yanked it out.
It sounds familiar. I don't remember who it was exactly, but yeah.
I think it was Josh Crane. I don't know why, but that's when, that was back in the THD days, and I think that was Josh Crane back then. But that was a gruesome thing to see at that time. Even I don't know, fuck that time. Anytime that would be gruesome to see. But I remember watching that with Shaheen. I think it might have been Josh Crane who did it. I don't know why that sticks in my head, but I think that's who it was. Are you looking for it?
Yeah, I type bird spike GCW and nothing really comes up.
All right.
They use those skewers a lot. Was it like one of the skewers?
No, it was bird spikes. It might have been a different something. Take it easy, Ari. Take it easy, Ari. Have a good one, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, Ari.
Thank you for joining.
So, yeah, it's I don't know. That was pretty fucking gruesome to watch that spot, but there was more to AEW. If you find that, let me know.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything. I looked, but
it's fine. We'll jump into a little bit of AEW. They were in Omaha, Nebraska.
There's a whole foot of snow.
They had a hard time getting people there. They had a hard time getting audience there because of the snow.
Isn't that always the case?
I mean, listen, at least they have some sort of excuse this time. It's legit. But it still looked pretty good in the arena. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't dead. It didn't sound horrible.
No.
But Orange Cassidy is back kicking off the show. And we had Orange Cassidy versus Speedball Mike Bailey versus Ricochet versus Mark Davis. I'm not sure why he was there, but whatever. Meanwhile, crazy fucking match going on. Speedball Mike Bailey and Ricochet put on a fucking excellent show, in my opinion. Orange Cassidy kind of held his own, but Bailey and Ricochet were doing crazy shit in that fucking ring. Like I said, I don't know much about Speedball Mike Bailey, but from what I've seen these last 2 weeks, this guy is fucking pretty awesome. I really see a lot of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in him. I do.
I will say the Mark Davis thing. I like Mark Davis. I was glad he was in there. He did like this like cool ass fucking. It was like a pop up pile driver on Orange Cassidy, where he Orange Cassidy was on the mat and he grabbed his legs and just like threw him up in the air, caught him, and then like drove him to the ground immediately. And like that shit was cool. The only downside to that is I wish they would stop doing it. I'm sure I've complained about this before. I'll complain about this a million times. Fucking Don Callis does not need to be on commentary for every fucking match that one of his clients is in. He doesn't add anything interesting. It's not funny. It's not insightful. It adds nothing to the match other than making me want to turn the volume down and not hearing how the crowd reacts to the match. Because it's like every fucking time. Why can't he just be at ringside every so often? Like, why does he have to be on commentary for every goddamn match?
I don't know. Because if he's at ringside, he's a fucking menace. So maybe they're just, I don't know, maybe they throw him on commentary to at least give him a reason to be there. But I don't know. I you know what? I don't think you've actually ever complained about that, but you must have been thinking it or built it up for a while.
I just every time, and I'm not even kidding. Like every time I see one of his clients come out, he's on commentary, just mute. It's like, all right, we're gonna listen to some music for 15 to 20 minutes, I guess. Until this match is over.
You can do that.
of my problem with AEW, that's like it's a small problem because it doesn't really impact the show significantly. It's a little bit nitpicky, but that is kind of a problem I have with AEW when it comes to just they rotate people in and out of the commentary booth so much. It becomes like becomes a little bit of annoying because I feel like it kind of messes with the flow that the commentators have. Like it's hard to build like a dialogue or like conversation. And it feels
Mm.
less natural when you're subbing people in and out. Because that's like kind of the fun part about like watching wrestling or going back and watching like the old shows. Is like you're watching a show and you get to hear like, Heenan and Monsoon go back and forth. You get to hear JR and King go back and forth. When you're adding people in, when it's like 3 people, 4 people, like consistently in rotation, people get boxed out. No pun intended. Because like
Mhm.
during that match, the opening match we're talking about, like Taz almost said nothing the entire time. And in my opinion, Taz is the most interesting part of that commentary team because he's usually pretty honest and he usually ends up saying something funny or shitting on something if he doesn't like it. And it's entertaining.
Yeah, I always liked Taz. He's hilarious. Usually said something last night. I got to try to remember what it was. It was right. It was in the last match. I forget what it was, but he said something hilarious last night. I laughed. I just forgot what it was. But this first match was fucking insane with these guys. Ended up being a kind of a double pin, even though no one saw the Ricochet's feet on the rope. So it's a 3-way now. After this match, Ricochet and Speedball Mike Bailey are going to be taking on
Kenny Omega.
Thank you. So, but it was a pretty goddamn good match. Like I said, Ricochet and Speedball definitely did some cool shit in that match. Mark Davis just seemed like the big man in the match that they needed to have to do the fucking almost like the Big Show spots.
Yeah, the base.
Yeah, I guess. Then we had the Mercedes Moné match with her and Billy Starks. It was what it was. I didn't mind this match really at all. I actually like Billy Starks. The girl's 20 years old and just hit her 500th match. I think this might have been her 500th match at 20 years old. Not bad, but I had no problem with this match. You knew Billy Starks wasn't going to win, but they had the whole in-ring entrance. It had the whole big fight feel to it. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. I did. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, that's a gripe that people have a lot about like AEW is that they introduce random people without really explaining to the crowd who it is, and so they at least hit that video package up real quick of Billy Starks before they just throw her in there. So that's good.
Yeah, and I mean, she's an ROH girl, so anyone who watches ROH does know her. But
yeah,
everyone knew she was not going to win this match, and she didn't. But still, it was a good match overall. Long match though, did not need to be as long as it was. Did not. But then we got this another Outrunners video, not 80s style, but these guys, I love these guys. These guys are having so much fun, and you can tell that they are just being goofy and loving it.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a blast doing this whole 80s thing with the Zubaz and the short cutoff shirts and everything. But I think it's a very fun gimmick. These guys have to have tag team gold sometime this year. They have to.
I don't disagree with that, but at the same time, like I mean, it's always up to them. They could tell a story where it makes sense and it's compelling, but it just seems hard for me to believe that they'd be able to beat fucking Hurt Syndicate. Like it's going to have to go from Hurt Syndicate to somebody else, and then to them.
Oh, it's definitely going to not be the Hurt Syndicate they take out. It'll be someone else. No, I totally agree with that. It's not going to be the Hurt Syndicate they take out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said sometime this year. We still have plenty of time left for that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But these guys are great. They're over there at the sports teams, and they're slamming elbow and trash cans. They're having a great time. Then we get a little thing for All In Texas coming up soon. But don't forget, we got Dynasty coming up first next month. But they showed this whole thing with MVP and MJF. A lot of M's and letters and stuff in those two names. But MJF said he'll give basically MJF cut his usual promo on Hangman, and then said he'll give us all his whatever's happening with MVP next week. We'll get the answer, which is fine.
Ultimately, kind of just wasted time.
Then
Really the point of
this is where I got to tell you, I thought they were gonna. I thought these two guys would have. It is a waste of time, but I thought this was going to be the final match, the main event. But here we go with Moxley and Cope. They start outside in the back. The match is all over the fucking place. It goes everywhere. We've talked about, we obviously talked about the bigger spots in the match already. We don't need to get into those, but I will tell you, no matter if I don't care if Copeland lost this match. It took 4 fucking guys to beat him and a girl. Yeah, so they still made Cope look strong, and we'll see where this storyline goes, but they have got to get this fucking title off Mox. They've got to fucking do it. But it was a brutal fucking match. I mean, chairs to the throat. Wasn't even the beginning. Like I said, we saw spike into Moxley's back. Just there was a point where Yuta was pulling on it, and you just saw the skin pulling out of it. I'm trying to get the fucking shot. Trying to see if I can get it. He's like, just pull it. Just pull it. Nah, I can't get it right. I'm not gonna be able to get the shot right. I was trying to get it.
That's all good.
Who cares? It's pretty fucking gross anyway. But go ahead.
No, I was saying it's all good. The Moxley thing, like again, we've talked about this before. Is like I don't think it's a problem with Moxley being champion because he's got the skills. He's a good talker. He's a good wrestler, so on and so forth. Just creatively, the whole main event angle that they have going on just doesn't work. Like nobody likes it. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. It seems directionless. People are not fond of it. The feud with him and Cope isn't all that great, and it's just like the whole fucking Death Riders stable. Just it seems like it was very ill conceived.
I'll be honest. I would be confident to say if this wasn't for the title, I don't think anybody would have a problem with it. If the Death Riders weren't all over the shows 2 months ago, people wouldn't mind this as much. Maybe, but it just feels like at this point, it's like this has got to end. I mean, listen. Tony had the fucking brains to pull the Jeff Jarrett storyline. Why are you not feeling the temperature of the internet and this storyline? I mean, when you've got Solomonster and people like that who are very fair with AEW talking about how bad the storyline is, someone's got to listen. And I don't mind it as much as most people, but I also didn't mind aces and eights, so whatever. But I see where people's gripe is with this completely. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Smart.
It's not even like it's the worst kind of situation because it's not even like bad in a way that is like funny or fun to make fun of or memorable. Like it's just bad in a way that like when it's over, like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, just completely forget that it ever happened. Like other than just like a YouTube video that's like, hey, remember this fucking shitty stable from back in the day? And it's like, oh yeah, huh?
It's like they're trying to treat this like the bloodline storyline, like this is their bloodline thing. But it's not coming off that way. It's annoying. No one has seen the fucking title in months. It's just ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous at this point. And like I said, I'm not a hater of the Death Riders, but I think people that are complaining about it have a 100% valid fucking point. I definitely see it. It just
kind
doesn't
of trying to think like we'll say 4 or more people. I'm not talking trios, but I'm talking about specifically like factions and stables that they've done. Has there been a good one outside of like maybe Inner Circle? But I mean, like nothing really happened to those Inner Circle guys after it was over. Like fucking
No.
Santana and Ortiz broke up. Jericho's doing his own thing. Sammy Guevara is fucking Ring of Honor. I think.
Ring of Honor Collision, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think they have done a good faction in this show yet.
Because they had the inner circle, they had the elite, which is like kind of on again, off again. I guess
Yeah.
you could say them. They had that fucking god awful stable with Brandy Rhodes, where like it sucked and it was terrible. It was Brandy Rhodes, that bald girl, Kong, I think maybe somebody else, and then they decided to fire Kong for it as though it was her
Yeah.
fault. That the fucking like the only good wrestler in the stable, and then they fired her. They had the other Jericho stable. I'm trying to
Well,
remember. It was
they had the new order, world order, new order, world order. Which was
that's
it?
right, the New World Order.
New World Order. They had that. No, it was no. What were they?
They had the Pinnacle. That was like MJF's group.
That was MJF's group. But what was the crew with Evil Uno and all them?
Oh, the Dark Order.
Dark Order. Thank you.
Which even
that had potential. That had potential, and they fucked it up.
I liked the vignettes at the beginning. Yes, I liked the idea of like the whole cult thing, where it was like a cult, but it wasn't like spooky, scary Wyatt family type cult thing. It was like just a bunch of people who like were hapless that were banding together like an actual cult.
Yeah,
That
and
was
I know everyone's gonna say, well, they had that thing where Brody Pat. I know.
Yeah, but even before that, if we're thinking about it, like Brody was the only one that like ended up looking credible. Like everybody else looked bad.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It just wasn't. I don't know. It was what it was. So, but yeah, that match though went forever, and I'm like, oh, this. Yeah, because I really thought this was going to be the main event, and I'm like, God, this is going to be a short ass show, but it wasn't. And FTR came out to help Cope at one point. Willow Nightingale came out to help him at another point, and he still lost. And for some reason, Dax Harwood was pissed off that Adam Copeland lost, so he won't shake Adam Copeland's hand or pick him up. And then Cash goes out to try to stop him, and he Dax Harwood pushes him, and he pulled a gun on him. Wait, no, wrong show. But
that would be pretty solid.
Are they gonna break up FTR for a while here? I don't know where that. I don't unless. No, there's no unless. How is this a good idea?
That's actually a great idea. You fucking break up FTR. The cool one that pulls guns on people can stay. Dax has to go.
Only if listen, if we actually get fucking that Cash pulling guns on people, I'll shut up. But until then, this is a stupid idea.
That would actually be a pretty great like backstage segment or something. Like somebody's about to jump fucking Cash from behind, and he just like turns around, he just lifts his shirt a little bit, and they just like back up.
You know, it would be a great storyline is if they had an office, right? And they had to all go to the office to get stuff. We've talked about this before, but what happens is when Cash doesn't get his way at the office, say they've got a little hang up, maybe the typewriter ribbon broke or something. Cash gets pissed and pulls his gun.
He shoots the shit out of the copy machine.
He's shooting copy machines, fax machines. People don't even use fax machines, so he's shooting them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. We need to take our office idea and add Cash into it with a gun.
I'm down for it.
Not a big gun. We'll give him a little 22, something like that, something small. Somebody could throw in his pocket, nothing big. I don't want to scare people. It's just a 20, just a 22 bullet, not a big one.
I was picturing the fucking scene from Don't Be a Menace to South Central where the do we have a problem scene where the gun just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and then suddenly fucking Marlon Wayne's character has an actual like atomic bomb that he has pointed at the guy.
Do we have a problem? Hell. I love that fucking movie, man.
That's a great movie.
It is. That is a fucking awesome movie. Who said they would review that with me? Dirk. I think Dirk said he wanted to review that one with me when I do it.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'll talk about Hollywood Hangout at the end of the show because it is coming back this week. I got a good one for y'all. But anyway, after that, we get this whole Jericho Bandito's brother Gravity storyline, and I think they are really brothers. He's back there talking to Renee Paquette, and Johnny TV, otherwise known as John Morrison, comes out. I totally forgot he was there, but he was in a pre-show match last week, so that reminded me. But he's got a match on Collision with Bandito. Don't know.
I didn't forget he was there because at the last pay-per-view, he was wrestling the fucking Costco guy.
Well, like I didn't watch the pre-show. I got to be honest with you, Smark.
I didn't watch the pre-show either because they booked the fucking Costco guy.
Okay. But now we go to this. You want to talk about a great match? I got to tell you, Will Ospreay and AR Fox. Mark, what did you think of this?
Oh, that's great.
Uh-oh. It was an eye-wiping good time.
Yes, that's right. It was an eye-wiping good time. No, I was just saying it was great. Like the only thing that was hampered by it a little bit was just the predictability of it, because like that fucking Will Ospreay's not losing to AR Fox. Like they only really bring AR Fox out when it's losing time. But other than that, like AR Fox is fucking talented. He's really good. And like they had a good match together. They have good chemistry together.
Yeah, he's really good. These guys really had, and like that's exactly what I was going to say. They had great chemistry together. These guys really worked good together. Put on an excellent match. I mean, talk about a recommended match to watch. These guys really went out there and killed it. And again, like you said, Will Ospreay ended up taking the win in this match. And then we had this promo by Hangman. He looks like a 1980s high school kid.
Like fucking Dazed and Confused style?
No, that was 70s.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is what high school kids in the 80s looked like what Hangman looked like here. Just horrible mustache, half not shaved, a t-shirt and a leather jacket. I don't know why he cut his hair. He looks worse. He doesn't even look like fucking Hangman TA anymore. But anyway, we got this whole... I could honestly barely hear the promo. He was like whispering.
A choice that you made?
He was being whisper tough. Well, I'm not fucking turning up the volume. Fucking speak into the goddamn microphone. Talk. You're paid to talk. Talk.
Speak up, son.
God damn it. But anyway, we got this main event, which ended up being, we had Tony Storm come down to be on commentary, but Tony Storm on commentary is different than anybody else. We had Megan Bayne coming out with Penelope Ford, and she was going up against Chris Statlander. This was a great match for this show. I thought this was a great way to end the show. I really, like I said, I figured Cope and Mox would have closed it. This was a good match, though. And like I said, that Megan Bayne, she's just a tall, exotic, beautiful woman. She is something else, man. She has got a great body, too. Built great. Statlander looked good out there, too. It was just a really good match between the two of them. I think we all knew Megan Bayne was going to win this, and she should have. But that wasn't the best. The best was Tony Storm's promo at the end.
Indeed.
It was awesome. I'm thinking about playing it. Since we're probably already going to have a copyright strike for the trailer we played, we might as well get two.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'll play the audio.
There you go.
Can you hear that?
I've always said, the bigger they are, the harder they come. So it's about time you and I got...
And now it's gone at my end.
Storm throwing out the challenge.
You can still hear. Can you still hear it or no?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it. It faded out on my end. I don't know if other people could.
That shouldn't. They should still be able to hear it. Let's keep going. It's almost done.
Your thighs shake and your body quake, and I will leave with this strap on, for I am tired of standing still. And
She's got away with words.
That's what he said. She's got away with words. That's what it was. Fucking Taz. Oh, she's got away with words.
Letting the pigeons loose, brother.
Oh, fuck. That's why Taz is great. That's why he's great. But Timeless Tony Storm, obviously, still one of the great parts of this show. Anytime she's on TV, it's worth watching, folks. But
absolutely.
I don't think I got anything else, man.
No.
So I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up here. Another short and sweet show. I like it. Just not a lot of things going on, folks. It's Mania time going on, and really all we're going to get is announcements for what's going on WrestleMania week in the next few weeks coming up. But don't worry, we'll make it work. And Tits, tell me.
That's right. Totally inappropriate team sports, or tits, if you will. Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. on the YouTube. March Madness kicked off today. So all the tournament games are going on today, Friday, throughout the weekend, so on and so forth. We'll be talking about those, probably talking about some NHL as well. It's a good time to be a sports fan, so come join us.
There you go. Plenty to get into, plenty to talk about on the sports show. And as I said, Hollywood Hangout will be coming back this weekend, this Saturday night. Probably not on YouTube, because in checking out Spotify, I noticed a lot of you really like when I talk the music. So I've talked 70s rock, I've talked 80s hair bands, 90s grunge. I'm going to do 80s pop this week.
Oh.
I'm going to do 80s pop. I got some good stuff. We can talk some Prince, maybe some Madonna, maybe some Hall & Oates, all kinds of stuff we'll be talking. Hall & Oates makes me sad because they're suing each other and they're done. So anyway. But yeah, I'll be back. Probably just going to record this one. I might even record it tomorrow and just put it out Saturday. But after this, I'm probably going to start doing more actor spotlights and things like that. Go on YouTube a little more. But I'll get that all worked out after this show. But anyway, definitely thanks everybody for coming on in. Me and Smark will be back here one more time next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here. Wrestling Outlet on the YouTube. So don't forget to check us out next week. Don't forget to check out Tits. Always be checking out Tits and Hollywood Hangout. So on that note, folks, take it easy. Have a great weekend coming on up.